Hello, welcome, let's get right to it. This is episode 15 of the PROi series, PVM Rush on Iron. We are in Season 2, Chapter 2. Season 2 is about the mid-game. Chapter 2 is, I don't know what the title is, but we are again in a logistical mode in the account. We need to take care of a few housekeeping items in order to have a smooth progression. The main thing that we need to take care of, actually just a recap of last episode, we were also doing logistics in the last episode. We unlocked herb runs, we did some quests like Lunar Diplomacy and What Lies Below. Those quests awarded RC experience, which boosted our RC like really high, by the way. And not only that, but Lunar Diplomacy will help with construction training down the line. And yeah, so more about RC. So we need to like level these guys up. By the way, this is like a side quest in order to have this the lowest, so that Tears of Guthix goes to it in the future. Anyway, oh, and even like smithing. So anyway, back to the main topic for this episode. It's going to be Varrock Hard. We will need to do all these items in order to do Varrock Hard. And why are we doing Varrock Hard? The reason is this. We are bleeding 15k a day. I've been mentioning this over and over and over again in the last few episodes. We make 60k a day currently through battle staffs. We get 30 battle staffs a day, 2k profit per battle staff, 60k profit total. Our kingdom costs 15k, or excuse me, 75k. So that's a 15k deficit. There is something else that I've thought of. Zombie pirates. It's crossed my mind. I haven't really explored that thought too much. Maybe I'm going to evaluate that in a second. Oh, by the way, let's take a look at the Teak situation just now. We got almost 3k Teaks, and that's going to really open up our house soon. We need more than that though, by the way. So we need, I think, I've outlined that here. We need 69,000 or 6,900 for 80 construction. But anyway, that is kind of the table of contents for this episode. I will proceed forward. I just have to leave right now, but I just want to open up this episode. We're going to be doing this for the most part, and we'll evaluate zombie pirates, and then yeah, hope to see you soon. All right, take care. Bye-bye. Hello, this is me from the future with a small update. I'm going to be playing back the videos at 33% extra speed, so they'll be 133% rather than the regular 100%. Given the long-form nature of the videos, this will shorten the time, and I think it'll just flow a little bit better. I tend to speak a little bit slower anyway, so when I play them back at 133%, it's just a little bit more easier to consume, in my opinion. So we're going to try this out, see how it goes, and yeah, just a small update there. Things may seem a little bit speedier, it's just the playback is a little bit faster. Okay, take care, bye-bye. Oh, I forgot to mention, I like to make a habit of opening up my episodes with the time played. By the way, we are at 10 days, 12 hours played. So, pretty good time, made tons of progress. Yeah, so just wanted to mention that, 10 days, 12 hours played. I'll come back later, we'll talk a little bit more about some other things that are on my mind. And yeah, catch you guys later, take care, bye-bye. Hello, welcome back. I've made a huge pivot just now, and we're going to focus on zombie pirates. Zombie pirates are much better money, much better idea, and also we need the teleport anchoring spell, by the way. Down the line, we're going to be doing Abyssal Demons in Slayer, so we'll need that spell, or that anchoring spell scroll. So zombie pirates are the way to go. That means we'll need to do Wilderness Medium Diary. We'll need to do, we won't need to do this, but this is something important I should get out of the way. Rune Pouch, we'll grab that. And given we're doing Wilderness Medium Diary, I would also like to do a recipe for disaster for Rune Gloves. Given we need to do Wilderness Medium Diary, we need 50 Slayer for that. So our Slayer is at 40, and we actually needed to raise this anyway in order for it to be higher than 42. Two birds with one stone kind of there. And I'll be first AFK melee training till I get 85 combat. 85 combat is going to unlock Neve. Neve is the way to go. I really enjoy her task list. Actually, even after I have Duradel, I think I even prefer Neve and Steve to Duradel because their task list, I don't know, it flows better with me for some reason. So anyway, that side comment there. So yeah, we're going to be doing Wilderness Medium Diary. We'll be pushing Slayer a little bit today, in this episode. We'll do a little bit of construction training just to get it above 42. We'll do a little bit of wood cutting to grab willow logs so that we can push fletching over 42. We'll train smithing a little bit to push it over 42 again. And yeah, so that's the plan for this episode. Hope to catch you soon. All right, take care. Bye-bye. Welcome back. I've geared up for a birdhouse run and a seaweed run, so let's do that. And then we'll just transition into some AFK melee training. It's a little bit too late to work on these for now. So yeah, we're just going to chill here. Tomorrow we'll work on these guys. So I'll catch you guys later. Hello, welcome back. We've just been AFK melee training for the most part. I've gotten 83 strength, and really that's all that has been done. I've been doing some farm runs, weaving in some birdhouse runs here and there, and yeah. So now that we have 85 combat, we can go and push for Wilderness Medium Diary. I've just been procrastinating this a little bit because really, I'm not in a big rush to make money because there is we're good on money. I've you'll notice it's a lot less than before. I put 2 mil in the kingdom, so I've put 2 mil already in the kingdom. And yeah, so but yeah, we're good on money. I'm not really in a big rush to do this, but I think at this point I might as well get started on this. And so actually, rather than do this is kind of chunky. Let's do this. This will be a little bit more, even though majoring is terrible. This should be kind of chill. So I'll do this first, then we'll do this, and then we'll work like this. So I don't know if I have enough time today. But I'm just kind of I'll get started on this soon. I guess that's what I'm trying to say here. Another thing I'll mention is I'm just gonna make these into staves or into ear staves, and I'm gonna just get rid of these because we're not gonna be doing battle staffs anymore. We have found another money making method. So screw battle staffs. I'm gonna be glad because I won't have to buy cosmics anymore. So let's just make the last of these, alch them up, and then we'll be done with them forever. So alrighty, so that's nice and alched. We are no longer going to do battle staffs, super big. And now I think what I'll do is let's just do some nice and comfy wood cutting, man. It's been so long since I've done wood cutting. So the reason why we're doing this is we need some willow logs for fletching. We want to increase our fletching so that it's higher than RC. You know what? Let's get this to 50 as well. Might as well. Let's get everything to 50. That way we'll have some breathing room on ruin crafting. And yeah. Alright, I think I'm going to call it a day. And then, yeah, we'll do a little bit more wood cutting. And we'll work on these guys. So catch you later. Take care. Bye-bye. Hello, good morning. We were doing some willows, but now we'll have to hit up the farm guild. So let me just do that quick, and then I think I'll just come back here really quick. Ooh, I just realized Hesperi's up, so we'll do that for sure. I definitely want to hit Hesperi as often as it comes up. Like, as soon as it comes up, I should really be going for that, so. Wait, what? Why can't I drink this? I'm on a PvP world. What? I don't get it. What happened? I was on a PvP world. Did I lose everything? I don't understand what happened. Oh, man. Oh my god. I lost everything. Am I not on a PvP world? Jesus Christ, man. What's going on? Okay. I'm fucking scared, dude. Is a high-risk world different than a PvP world? Oh, Jesus, I'm kind of scared, man. This high-risk world, PvP world, high-risk, what? I don't get it. What's the difference between a PvP world and a high-risk world? Oh, Jesus, that's like really high. Wow, I can't believe I just lost 600k. That is so lame. Wait, what? I had like 2 mil, right? I'm so confused. Did I pay anything? I'm super confused right now. I'm just gonna figure it out later. I'm gonna first do Hespori again, and then I'll figure this shit out. So I'm gonna revisit the footage. Wait, what the hell? I thought that was instanced. How did that guy come into my cave? What the? Oh my god. Can people come into your cave while you're fighting Hespori? There's no way, right? Anyway, okay, let me just evaluate the death. I'll come back in a second. I took a look at the footage just before I started the day, so I had like 24.7 mil, and now have 24.6 mil, and everything was banked. So I think we're totally okay. We didn't lose anything. We only lost I think the death fee was 30k, and then I looked at the footage, it said guide price 600k. So that doesn't necessarily mean that was the fee that you had to pay. Which actually makes sense because a freaking 600k death fee is like insane. Like the max is like 500k, or I don't know. I don't know what the max fee is, but yeah, we are totally fine. So, whew, I'll grab everything and then I'll do a birdhouse run. Yeah, so let's just do that really quickly. I'm gonna have to log out now, so when I log back in, the farming guild, the contract should be done. So yeah, all right, catch you guys later. Bye bye. Hello, welcome. We're at the farm guild still, and just a little note, I actually did do one contract without recording, so you'll notice the farm contract's now Maple. Previously it was Snapdragon. I also did like a birdhouse run. Nothing all that interesting. But yeah, so another thing, actually, one thing I want to mention is we have 59 Hunter now. So during the birdhouse run, which I didn't record, we hit 59 Hunter. Now we can do U birdhouses. So sweet. Okay. This will come up in a little while. So now what we'll do instead is just to grab these guys, and then we'll go back to willows. So we're doing willows for 50 fletching, by the way. We want to get ahead of rune crafting, so. And then we'll do some smithing, we'll do some construction. 50 construction, I believe, unlocks the contract, so that's going to be super great. Definitely need that. I'm kind of thinking about how to approach construction training. I think the play is have Falador, Ardone, and Varrock teleports in your house, those single teleports, and then stay on Lunar Spellbook. I think that's the play. And then build a bunch of house tele tabs. I can't think of any other way to do this. Yeah, actually, now that I read the wiki, it's actually recommending the exact same thing. And actually, I don't think I need to even think about that right now. I don't really need to think about that right now. Yeah. Because we're just going to go for 50. So yeah, let's not think about things that don't need to be thought of yet. That kind of applies with life as well in general. Kind of take it like the closer moments is maybe what you want to focus on. In reality, you kind of want to focus on just the moment, but like maybe as humans, we just have to think about the future. But you want to kind of narrow that future time frame as much as possible. So yeah, this is not going to be all that interesting. I'm just going to be chilling here till like I get a bunch of willow logs to train fletching on. I'm going to pause the recording. They take a lot of hard drive space, so catch you guys later. Bye-bye. Well, welcome back. We were at Willows in the previous clip, but I have done a contract and some birdhouse runs. I'm now back here. I actually also did a little bit of melee training given it's super AFK, so my strength is going up very high, slowly. We're at 87 strength, or excuse me, 84 strength, almost 85, so that's pretty much all I've done. I haven't gotten much willow training, like willow logs done, even though that is the primary objective, but anyway, I'm not gonna blab on too much. We'll get right to willows. We're gonna actually do quick contract, and then we'll do this guy, Hespori, so let's hope for the drop. Just maple seeds, unfortunately. Actually, instead of willows, we'll do oak logs because the log basket, or the log rack, whatever, is just 300 willows, so or 300 oaks. So I'm gonna get that first. Anything to make my trips a little bit longer is appreciated. So we're gonna fast forward. I'll see you guys in a bit. Okay, bye. All right, so we just got enough for the log basket. Grab that. I think that's what we want, right? Okay, that's definitely what we want. Nice. Let's go. So let me just test it out. Awesome, yeah. So log basket acquired. It just completely destroyed our willow log, so we'll have to get more willow logs. I think I'm gonna just get just enough to pass it. Pass, rune crafting rather than like get 50. So I'm getting bored already. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. All right, so we got enough willow logs for a few fletching levels. Let's do that. Okay, so fletching is now ahead of rune crafting, so that's one down. There's a couple more we have to do. So there's Slayer and Construction. We'll get to Slayer. Construction, I gotta figure out how to train. I think I need like oak logs, which is kind of, I don't know. Okay, so actually, as I look over this is gonna take some time. Okay, and in that time period, I'm losing money. So I am going to make a judgment call. I'm actually going to buy staffs again. I'm going to buy battle staffs because, yeah, this is going to take some time, so I don't want to like lose money during that time. So, yeah, let's go buy battle staffs again. We said we wouldn't, but we are forced to. And let me see if the contract is done. Okay, so we'll do this for a little while longer. But right now I can't really play it all that like attentively, so I'm just going to go and AFK melee train for a bit, and then we'll hop on once I have more time to be more active and engaged. Then we'll knock some of these out. So let's do that. So we're going to hang out here, do some crabs, and I like doing crabs when I need a moment to think. Right now I need that moment. I don't know what our next moves are. I need to plan a little bit, think things through, and yeah, when I need to do that, I just come down here to crabs and just take a moment to reflect, chill out. And yeah, so we need to do these things, and I've kind of adjusted them. These things don't really require any thought, you just power through and go for it. However, this stuff will require a little bit of thought. Actually, this not so much, because we'll just make some steel bars, but before we do steel bars, we'll need to get a coal bag, which is annoying, but construction will require a little bit of thought. I don't know, like, anything, like, do I need to get oak logs? I don't know. But yeah, I just need to think things through before I approach on what the next step is, so I'm just gonna chill out here. We'll figure it out. Alright, catch you later, bye-bye. Welcome back. We have 85 strength now. Got some time to think. Oh yeah, look at that max hit, by the way. 26, Jesus. Getting, yeah, just destroying these crabs. So yeah, I had some time to think, and we're gonna go and do these guys. So I'm going to do a annoying farm run to begin, but I'll fast forward that for you guys, because nobody wants to see that. Alright, farm run complete. And next up was Wilderness Easy Diary, but I think I'll do that while I'm doing the Wilderness Medium Diary, because then we're going to be in the wilderness at that time anyway. So let's do Rune Pouch. Okay, the easiest one that I know and remember is the Alchemist one. So let's just do that one first, and then we'll figure out the rest. Mage Training Arena was made in the 5th Age, at the beginning of the 5th Age, by ancestors of the people at the Wizard's Tower. So precursors to the Wizard's Tower made this arena, and Magic at the time was a new art. It was kind of like a new quote-unquote emerging combat style. So the Rangers and the Meleers of that time destroyed this arena, and I think then they kind of renovated again and brought it back. But yeah, so runestones were kind of discovered early 5th Age. So yeah, cool. Alright, I think we should be done. Let's see. Hey, let's go. Okay, so that's done. I need to figure out how to do the other stuff. Actually, I know how to do the graveyard one. Now that I think about this some more, I believe as soon as you hit 55 magic, you should probably just come here and grab yourself a rune pouch. Because the rune pouch is going to definitely help with inventory management. And yeah, it would just make your life way easier. I would have, like, I should have came here a little bit sooner. It may be annoying coming here early, particularly for this room, given you take a lot of damage, but I mean, still definitely manageable. Like, I should have come here sooner, for sure. Alright, just enough HP too. Okay, now we need law runes for that, the most annoying room in the game. Alright, let's get the hell out of here. We're done with this room, and then I want to say the enchantment room is the easiest, but I don't really know how to do it, so I'm going to look that up. Alright, I think we're done. I'm not 100% sure, but that was super fast. Oh shit, I need a 200 alchemist. Okay. That's not a problem, we'll do that a bit more. So taking a look at the time play, that's 2 hours 20 minutes. I think I did like farm runs for like the first 20 minutes. So it takes about 2 hours to get the rune pouch. How do I buy this? Confirm, let's go. Let's go, that is massive. Okay. Let's see what we're gonna load it up with. I think I'm gonna do this. Yeah, I should have gotten this way earlier, the run pouch. Don't know why I didn't do that, but it is what it is. Actually, for smithing, I'm beginning to hatch another idea. The play with smithing will actually be, rather than do steel bars, I'll do gold bars. That's not a problem. So I'm not going to do this. We'll get via gold. And yeah, we'll buy some gold and we'll quickly get that done. So let me just make these real quick. I just wish we could get rid of your gold bars somehow. Like, it's just, it takes too much time to like make them into bracelets and then lock them. Okay, so temporarily we're gonna get rid of our chaos gauntlets and make them into goldsmith gauntlets. And then we'll head on over to Caldigrim, buy gold bars, smith them into gold, or buy gold ore, smith it into gold bars. Man, I love how fast smithing is. It's so fast. It's so annoying to do though. It's so click intensive, but it's so fast. I love it, dude. Perfect. Okay, so now we have smithing at 50. Next up is kind of construction, but actually I'm gonna do this next. Then we'll get into construction. I'll take a look at if there's any quests that award construction XP. Let's do a little bit of questing, that's fine. Darkness of Hallowville. Okay, actually, I've trimmed the quest list. The rest of them are too long. I do not want to spend time on that, so we'll do these two, get a little bit of construction XP, then we'll just power through and get oak logs. Then we'll do this. Yeah, so we're getting close. Sweet, we're getting close. Okay, I'm gonna close out the day with contract. Yeah, so I'll do a birdhouse run. Alright, so I'm just gonna kind of wrap up the day at Crabs, and yeah, we'll pick it up from there, and likely the next clip you'll see of me will be from the farming guild, because I like to just do a farm contract. So yeah, catch you guys later. Take care. Bye-bye. Well, welcome back. We are in the middle of a seaweed birdhouse farm run sort of situation. After I logged out in the last clip, I went and did some melee training, so the strength went up a bit. And then, yeah, in the middle of a rotation daily kind of grind. And then we'll go back to doing the quest momentarily. Next up is going to be some recipe for disaster quest, so let's do that. Okay, we're going to make an iron spit real quick. Bro, this is so annoying. Like, what? I wonder when they added the Lumbridge guide. He didn't used to be around before. Like, back in 04, he wasn't around. So I wonder if they added him with the quest. Or was he there before the quest? I don't know. Oh shit, I should have brought the ingredients right away. Okay, now we'll do... Oh god, yeah, I remember this. We gotta... I think possibly... Ooh, that's not good. Shadow of the Storm. Shadow of the Storm requires like a bunch of quests, doesn't it? Alright, let's do the golem. No problem. Alright, so there's this golem standing outside this underground temple of sorts, and the golem is saying, hey, you need to repair me in order for me to defeat a demon. And we're like, alright, we'll repair you. And there's also this letter that mentions something about a city east of Varrock. So Varrock is... Okay, yeah. So it's referring to this underground ancient city that we found during the dig site quest. So Vermin had found had found a city here. And then Alyssa also found a city next to Varrock belonging to the same time period. So she's like, oh, exciting news. I also found this ancient city, and hopefully the Varrock Museum will be able to fund our expedition. So Alyssa, his wife, is like, hey, he actually found that city quite some time ago. I wrote this letter to him, but yeah, he's passed away. And the Varrock Museum could only fund one, expedition or one, like, excavation. So they chose the one that was closer to home. So this one, the dig site, is the one they chose. So that one, there's not a whole lot of history to it, and we'll, I guess, explore that history now. Alright, so Ruins of Uzair. Thamaron was a demon allied with Zamorak, and he was hoping, and that town of Uzair was allied with Saradomin. So Thamaron, being of Zamarakian origin, or Zamarakian supporter, he kind of was warring with him. So yeah, they kind of destroyed the Uzair's, the city of Uzair. They kind of like the Thamaron and Zamorak kind of destroyed them. And the humans back then had made these golem creatures to protect them, but the golems got kind of overwhelmed. So now we're going to talk to the museum curator in Varrock to learn a little bit more. So actually, we didn't end up even bother talking to the curator. We just went and pickpocketed him. There was apparently a statue in the display pieces upstairs, so this statue is going to come in handy for the Ruins of Uzair, I guess. Okay, so it looks like these statues need to face each other in order to open a temple, or open a portal. So this may be the demon. Another thing that was mentioned in the letter, or in this book actually, is the golems kind of have a very rudimentary instruction set. We've told the golem, we were like, yo, bro, the demon's dead. The golem's like, yo, no, I gotta kill the demon. So now we're gonna overwrite his instructions and let him know that, hey, bro, it's the demon's dead. Oh, golem program, I wish I read that. Okay, it reads your tasks done, okay. So yeah, we're basically gonna overwrite his programming now. Now we'll do Shadow Storm. I don't know how to do this though. 3 pieces of black clothing, what does that mean? Alright, so this dude, Father Reen, he's like, yo, bro, there's these dark wizards that have taken over the Ruins of Uzair, where we were just now, where we met the golem, and they're trying to bring back this ancient demon, Akrithnar or somebody. So it looks like these people aren't really all that evil. They're just being kind of led by one evil guy. But the rest of these people are just like regular old Joes, like look at their names. I remember the Dragon Chain used to be like the most expensive item in RuneScape, I think, at some point. Because once the Calphite Queen got released, that was the strongest monster in the game. And it became like the strongest. This was before bandos and all that stuff. So when we went down there, there were a bunch of kind of regular old Joes who were really being led by one evil person, but the rest of them aren't all that evil. They're kind of just regular people just hanging out, trying to, act evil. And one of the regular folk uncovered a book by the actual evil person, and he's like, yo, this guy's actually like crazy. So that guy ran away. That's kind of sad. So Joseph, the guy who fled, apparently died. The evil guy like took him down. Alright, so prior to this group, the current quote-unquote evil group, there was a group even before that who originally summoned Agrithnar, and of that evil group there was one guy, his name was Elamar. Elamar was actually a good guy in disguise who learned how to summon Agrithnar in the hopes to like learn his enemy and kill him. But he eventually got, I think, found out and they executed Elamar. However, we have his knowledge now, so we're going to kind of use that to kill Agrithnar. Denith was actually Agrithnar, and when we did that enchanting ritual, the summoning ritual, we spoke the enchantments like backwards. So because we spoke the enchantments backwards, we sent Denith back to his own dimension, and he wanted to go back to his own dimension because the other dimension serves as like a higher plane where he can do his otherworldly activities and influence people, that sort of thing. So he actually wants to go back to his own dimension. However, we're like, yo, we got to bring him back to this dimension, but we need 8 people. So because there was some like crazy shit that happened, there were a couple people here that were like, yo, we don't want to be part of this. We're getting the fuck out of here. They tried to escape. They died. But then we got the golem and the Father Reen to come in and help do the summoning ritual. And now we're gonna like do it the right way, like the enchantments the right way rather than reverse, in hopes to like summon him back so that we can kill him. Cool, so as we slayed the demon, his blood kind of went into our sword, so it's become dark light now, so it's gotten stronger. Sweet. Oh man, I remember this shit. I don't know how to do this though. Cool. Okay, so we need to make a creme brulee supreme creme brulee. This is taking way longer than I thought it would. So apparently there's fairy dragons. Hey, let's go. Yes, sir. Literally unlocked room glass just now. Holy cow, that's huge. So we've done this part. Let's try and do Cold War. Oh, okay, to oak planks. Silk. Leather. Actually, I'll probably just grab the items and then I'm gonna call it a day. We'll do a farm run to end it. So yeah, I'm gonna be at Crabs, chillin', and then we'll finish up the rest of the items here. Hopefully tomorrow in the next clip, depending on how much time I get for an extended, play session. So yeah, I'm gonna be here, chillin'. Catch you guys later. All right, take care. Bye. Oh, welcome back. We have been chilling at Fossil Island for some time. I want to show you guys the strength level. So we're at 88 now, almost 90, or excuse me, almost 89. Let's do a quick birdhouse run into farm run, and then get ourselves going on doing the rest of this, doing the rest of the tasks here. So, all right, farm run done. Let's do Cold War. So quick recap of why we're doing Cold War. We want to push construction over, whatchamacallit, 42, right? So 42 is our RC. We want to push it over 42 so that the Tears of Guthix goes there. So it's kind of a elaborate little rabbit hole that we're down. So what's happening right now is Larry, he used to work at the Ardougne Zoo, and he is just onto the penguins. He's like, hey, I noticed something fishy going on with the penguins. Can you help me? And we're like, really? Okay, sure. So he's like, we're gonna go over here. I don't even know where this is actually. Okay, so it's like near Relica, north of Relica. He's like, yo, bring these supplies and come to north of Relica with me, and we're gonna like observe some penguins. And we're like, all right, this sounds good. So now we're doing the emotes that we initially saw during our iceberg trip. So yeah, interesting. This guy did not want to trust me before that, so. Okay, so it looks like these penguins are like a higher level compared to the Ardougne penguins, and they're like, yo, the salute is not enough. We need a secret we need a secret phrase in order to talk to you. So, yeah. Oh, actually, these penguins are here on purpose. Like, they're captives on purpose because they want to research human beings. So these guys are actually researching human beings and learning how to fly. Alright, so the Lumbridge penguins are basically on another mission as well, and we don't really know their mission, but all we know is they keep getting harassed by players trying to shear them. And of course, it's Fred who asks the players to shear them, right? So they told us to talk to Fred to stop having people shear them. So given we helped the sheep penguins, they helped us find out where the location of the outpost is. So now we're trying to get into the outpost. So these penguins are like putting me through an obstacle course to test my, whatchamacallit, like it's a physical test for me, so. And it looks like these penguins have a motherland, and the motherland is not this. This is just an outpost. Cool. Yeah, so there's a lot more that can be done to this quest line, but I think this is the last one in that, unfortunately, so yeah. All right, so now all that for some construction XP. Let's go back to our notes. Got this done. And then we are gonna go and do this, I guess, so. So these farmers have settled here, and they are worried about some strange beast, and they're like, yo, can you kill that strange beast for us? And we're like, okay. So the strange beast visits the farm through a gate, and Mary, I think the farmer's wife, suggested we coat the gate with some flour, and now we have done so, and it's pretty much marked the beast, and now we're gonna go and, yeah, so it's basically, you see how there's this trail of flour? It's leading us to this cave. So, oh, interesting. Look at all these cow hides and stuff from killing farmers' cows. Raw beef, yeah. Okay, so it looks like, given the beast didn't have a head, we told the farmer we'd bring its head. Can't do that, so now I think we're gonna go and pretty much create a fake head. So we've been basically trying to convince the farmer we've killed the beast, and we've been giving him like the head of the beast, or like we've made a fake head and we've been giving it to him, and then going back and forth, making it more and more elaborate. So I think we finally have it now, and we're mounting the head to in his house now as a trophy, I guess. So, hey, let's go. All right, so there's a little bit more construction to do. We'll do it manually, and then I think we are off to the races with Slayer. So, done this, and then I think we need to, yeah, we'll need to do some training. Like, we'll need to, what's the word? I'll have to get some planks and stuff, unfortunately. So yeah, I'm gonna head off for a bit. I'm gonna come back later, and then we'll cut some oak trees, and then yeah, figure out the process of how to do construction. We'll have to just power through and do it the regular way. All right, catch you guys later. Well, welcome back. We're gonna be cutting some oak logs soon, so let's just do a quick farm contract. Forget if I commented on the farm level, but family farming, huge, massive. All right, we're all done with farming, so we're gonna head over to oaks and grab some oak logs. So yeah, I'm pretty much gonna be here. Nothing all that interesting happening. I'm gonna skip ahead till I get 1,000 oak logs, and then we will proceed with doing some construction training. All right, catch you guys later. Take care. Oh, welcome back. I think we have enough oak logs for 50 con now, so let's do that real quick. All right, so this sawmill operator is pretty dang close to a bank. Unfortunately, though, I don't have like stams. It would have been really nice to have those, but it's what it is. And we're just gonna power through this. Okay, I think we're done with oak planks, and I think we can get into construction training. Seriously. So let me just check this out and see the thing that we gotta make. The clicking, I wish I could like make it so that I only click in one spot. Maybe like this. Hey, 50 construction, let's go, baby. And now we can do mahogany homes. That's just perfect. That's just honky-dory. We are super well positioned. Okay, let's take a look at the time played actually. So it's 13 days, 7 hours, 50 construction. We've got this over, we got this over, we got this over. We just need to do Slayer training now. Let's go back to the goals. We got this done, and now it's just a matter of doing this. So count is super stable right now. Like it is just, oh my god, I don't know. I love it. I love this progression. Okay. What did we want to do? Polar's easy diary, right? Okay. Wow, apparently these demonic runes restore your prayer. Interesting. Okay, wilderness diary done. Easy diary. Let's do the medium. Wait, what? Oh shit, I didn't have this on. Okay, you know what? I am gonna call it a day, and I'm just gonna chill out at, wind down at crabs. So I'm just gonna do some AFK melee training. Alright, so I'm just gonna close out the video here. I am going to head over the crabs, and then I will likely, like the next clip is probably gonna be me at the farm guild because Hespori will be up. So we'll do Hespori next. And yeah, I'm gonna get some melee training in the meantime, and then we'll open up the video at Farm Guild. Alright, take care, bye-bye. Alright, so we are at the Farm Guild, and we're just gonna be doing Hespori shortly. So in the meantime, again, I've just been doing some melee training and birdhouses, that sort of thing. Alright, no bucket still. Yeah, so what I'm gonna do is I think I may head back to crabs. I unfortunately can't really play all that actively, so oops. So yeah, I can't really play all that actively right now, so I'm gonna head back to crabs and just chill out. Oh, welcome back. We are still at the farm guild. I did do a little bit of fossil island activities like birdhouses, melee training, that sort of thing. I also gathered a bunch of volcanic ash. I had been running super low on that, and compost kind of bottlenecked, so mined a bunch of volcanic ash. Nothing really all that interesting happening still, just doing a little bit of training. Again, procrastinating this, but I will get a move on this now. I have some time to play actively. When I don't really have time to play, I just AFK crabs. Anyway, I've also actually outlined a roadmap to um, Song of the Elves. So for Song of the Elves, those are the skills that we'll need to focus on. And yeah, so 70 wood cutting will need the Dragon Axe. I'll have to go down to Dagonos. That'll be fun, interesting. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. We will do more sandstone mining, which is terrible, but it needs to be done. Oh yeah, another thing, 92 mage. I want to do 92 mage. Like the Saren fight is actually difficult. It is no cakewalk. Something that needs to be thought of and planned for. We will need 92 mage. That'll require DT. DT requires a whole other thing. There's a huge elaborate plan for DT, so I do have that outlined from previously when I was doing Baroque, when I was thinking about Baroque Hard. There is a plan for DT. So yeah, outline some goals. Those are kind of down the line. We don't really need to do them right now, but something to keep on our radar. Right now, the big task is Wilderness Medium. However, in order to do Wilderness Medium, we need to do 61 wood cutting. So wood cutting, let's do a little bit. Yeah, let's do a little bit of willow wood cutting because we actually like we need whatchamacallit. We need some willow logs anyway for fletching. So yeah, fletching is also something that we need to do because we want to push this a little bit further up to be out of the way for rune crafting. It's going to be great. That's the plan. I think I'm just going to pause the recording now. I will see you when I get 61 wood cutting, and we'll do a little bit of fletching, and then we'll get started with Wilderness Beam. All right, thank you. That's a small update. See you soon. Bye-bye. Hey, so we just actually hit 61 wood cutting, and where is that? Right there. So 61 wood cutting acquired. Now we have a bunch of willow logs that we can fletch. All right, so we'll just fletch these guys real quick and get a move on. Okay, so we're done with fletching. Next up, we'll do some Slayer. So let's just get right into Slayer. I am looking forward to that. I haven't done Slayer in a while. This is why I hate Slayer before like level 99 and everything. I just hate Slayer training. Prior to getting high combat, it is just awful. Like this is just terrible. Oh, I just realized I'm just gonna kill blue dragons, like the baby ones. Forget this shit, man. Yeah, I just realized I'm gonna do this. Okay. Crisis averted. It's funny. I still think like we're at 50 HP, but we're at like 80. So I can really notice the trouts are just losing value. Like they're so slow to heal you up. I gotta get better food. This is terrible. But anyway. Okay, so we're almost done. And I think I want to do some tutorial boosting. To be honest, I think that's the correct play. Alright, so I'm just going to be doing some Slayer training and maybe weave in some rotations like this here and there. I don't really have much to say. We're just going to be doing Slayer training, so I'm just going to mute myself. I'll let the recording go, but I'll just mute myself. Catch you later. Blizzard. Hey yo, so I'm doing Hellhounds. That's my 10th task on Konar, on the PvP world, because I can use these. I tried it with like using food on a regular world. It was just, yeah, it's not possible, man. They do too much damage. It was way too annoying, so I was like, you know what, screw this shit. It is kind of like, I don't know, whenever I'm on a PvP world, there's just tension all around. I never feel comfortable, even though like nobody's gonna ever come down here. Like, why would anybody possibly come down here? Unless it's somebody else trying to train here, but yeah, even then, I still feel a little bit uncomfortable. Okay, I've just realized something really big. I looked up brimstone keys, and they can give you magic logs. If we can get magic logs with brimstone keys, oh my god, that would be a dream, dude. I feel like Void with high strength really works. Like I have 60 attack right now, but I'm shredding. And I think it's because of the Void. it's just shredding it up. Like it doesn't even matter. I don't have a whole lot of attack. I just have a lot of accuracy from Void. And I'm also like, I like to keep these on, by the way. Like I leave these perma on because you barely like they barely take any prayer. So whenever I do tasks, I just leave these on all the time. This is my last skill I would leave, so. And we got 4 brimstone keys, so sweet. Let's try our luck for magic locks. That would be phenomenal, man. That would be like, oh, make my day. Okay, so let's do this. Runite ore. Ooh, oh my god, that is so big, man. Oh yeah, man. Oh my god. Holy shit. Man, that's... Oh my god, man. Oof. That feels so good, man. Oh yeah, man. That... Holy cow. Oh my god. Getting magic locks this way is, like, I would say atypical, man. Like, people usually do nature implings where they just go for Winter Todd, or they just push for 75 magic, or 25 woodcutting. Typically, I don't think, given we're so early in the game, 14 days, 2 hours, by the way, they just don't really do Slayer training at this point, so I don't know. I feel like, oh my god, I feel so good. Actually, there is something I want to mention now, and it's something kind of profound. So, I mentioned this earlier in the episode where you shouldn't think too far ahead, and you shouldn't plan too far ahead on things. I remember when I was doing Varrock Hard, I was planning this out so detailed, and I'm like, oh my god, I need to do DT, how am I going to grab magic logs? Well, I gotta do this, and then I need to get Dark Lure, and I need to do this to get Dark Lure, and like, I was creating this, like, you know that meme where, like, I think it's Always Sunny, maybe? Not sure if that's the show, but there's a guy who's like in front of like a whiteboard and is going like conspiracy theory crazy on this entire plan. That's how I kind of felt like, and I was making this elaborate plan on how to get magic log, and I was researching, but in the end, it just like all that thinking was kind of wasted because we just happened to get magic logs this way, and we like got so many too. So like it's just, yeah, like we just happened to just stumble upon. So it's like I think what the moral here is, like, really try not to think too far ahead. You just can't predict the future. Like it's just completely, yeah. Like, and this is another thing, like God basically has a direction and you can't predict that direction. And if you try to plan and predict it, you will kind of like, God will kind of just say, yo, fuck you. This is how it's gonna happen. You can't know my will. So yeah, I don't know. I've come across that happen to me so many times. I have a tendency to plan things and then things just go sideways, and then I just, you know. And you know, thankfully to God, I think things go sideways for the most part for the better. So anyway, thanks for hearing me blab on and granting me that audience. Let's proceed forward. So we got, well, actually we have more of this to do. Crap. Okay, so okay, but before we do that, I'm gonna do a little bit of Tears of Guthics, because we can now. Let's go to that website, TOG crowdsourcing. I think I have a strategy. Like, when the first one is about to move, you go here. So you go to the first one, and then you expect that it'll come, yeah. So see? Now I'm gonna go to that one, and I bet it'll move there. Then that time, I'm gonna go here next time. Boom. And now it's gonna go over here. It won't guarantee go there, but there's a good chance. So now next one's gonna be there. Or no, it's gonna be there. There's a good chance. Boom. Alright, awesome. Rune crafting, let's go. And we're still behind. Yeah, we're still behind fletching, so that's why we did fletching. So next next Tears of Guthics will also go down here. So that's why we did fletching, that's why we did smithing, that's why we did Slayer, that's why we did everything like construction. We want to push rune crafting. Okay, now I would like to get a task from, what's his face? Actually, let's do a farm run, we're kind of overdue. I always pick this whiteberry bush on my way to the guild. Got 424 whiteberries now, so it adds up, boys. Okay, farm run complete. We're gonna go to Banshees and yeah. Oh boy. Okay, I made a huge mistake. I have gotten rid of all of my notes. Oh my god, that is not good at all. I don't know what the plan is. I am so lost without my notes, so I have to pause recording and figure out how to get them back. Okay, I think we're good, thank god. So I had them in my clipboard, so I had, over here I had Control C here, so then I did Control X, so good thing I did Control C first, did Control V, and then I pasted them here. So I downloaded this new plugin, by the way, so this is Rich Text Notes. This is just notes. I really don't care about the features of rich text, but I do care about the undo. So this will allow you to undo things. This doesn't have any undo, so it's so annoying how it doesn't have an undo. Yeah. Man, were there this many goblins? Always? I feel like they definitely increased the goblin spawns. There was no way there were this many goblins before. Oh, interesting. So there's this goblin book, and it tells you a little bit of the lore for goblins. And it looks like there was Bandos, who's the big high war god. Bandos was kind of lame. He actually went around asking people to fight for him. So he first asked for the dwarves, right? Pretty short people. Then he asked the demons. They said no. Dwarves said no. And then he asked also tall people with keen blades. So this is just humans. So humans were like, some of them were fighting for Saradomin, some of them were fighting for Samrak, right? So yeah, big high war god like went around asking these people to fight for him. Nobody did. Then he eventually found some goblins, and goblins were like, okay, we'll fight for you. However, at the time, goblins were like super weak. So big high war god kind of made them into like kind of nurtured them into like these warlike creatures that we know today of goblins. So yeah, pretty much the goblin armies began to like get pretty strong. At some point, Bandos was like there were other gods who were like interested in the goblin tribe, so Bandos kind of sold them out, which is kind of weird. Um, Sell them one to god of shining light, one to god of dark fire. So there's some goblin tribes who actually worship Saradomin. Some worship Zamorak. Most worship Bandos though still. And another thing was basically given Bandos kind of disappeared after the God Wars. Bandos, the goblin tribes kind of began to fight one another because that's all they knew. Except then there was one guy, Nargorshin. He kind of led the goblin tribes and kind of forced them to, hey, come to their senses, don't fight one another, wait for the big high war god to come back. And now they're kind of like, they don't fight one another too much at least, but they are waiting for some sort of savior, like their big high war god Messiah to come back and guide them. Or actually, they were actually also waiting for like a new commander. They're waiting for like a new commander to like bring them closer to the big high war god or something like that, like lead them. Cool. But I think eventually Bandos gained like followers, even though like he initially was kind of like a lame god who had to ask for followers. He eventually found his own followers. Like first, I think the goblins were his first followers, but then eventually the orcs, for example, right? And there was also the jokers, also fight for Bandos. And there's also these creatures that I'm very interested in, but like there's not a whole lot of lore on them. These are the orgs. Um, General Gerardor is actually an org. He's not like a giant goblin. He's an org. And orgs, I forget what they are exactly. They're like, they're not zombie ogres. Are they undead ogres? I think they might be undead ogres, which would mean like zombie ogres, but I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, we move forward. Oh man, this sucks. Metal dragons in the catacombs of Corinne. Okay, you know what? Yeah, I'm just gonna skip this. I'm gonna skip this. Unfortunate, but I have to skip this. Curlum. Slayer dungeon. Okay, this is this one. Greater demons, she said, right? That's not bad. I can do that. Alright, so this is gonna take a while, so I'm just gonna leave the recording I'm gonna cut the recording here, and then we'll start it up when I have like 5 left or something. See you guys later. Take care. Bye. Welcome back. So we are still currently underway with this Greater Demon task. I did take a break, and I went over to Crabs, did a little bit of AFK melee training. Did a couple farm runs, seaweed runs, that sort of thing as well. But after doing that, I've come back here and pretty much just training here. Trying to get like some Slayer levels and do this task. Quick stat check. So got 91 strength, got some hunter levels or hunter XP, and then also farming is coming along nicely because I've been keeping up to date with my runs. So yeah, I think I will again pause the recording and update along the way when something interesting happens. Nothing really interesting is happening right now. I'm just gonna power through this till I get like 5 or something. So yeah, see you soon. Well, welcome back. We are almost done this task, and I can't wait to hop out of here because there's always tension on my mind when I'm in a PvP world. So let's get done with this quick, and then we'll go and get another task. Oh man, it's been so long. I've been to Minotaurs. We were doing some range training back then. Good times. Sweet skull, right skull half. I don't know if I have this already, but we definitely need that for a certain diary. I think it's Varrock card. I don't value Varrock card anymore that much, but down the line, might need that. We also need to do Desert Hard at some point, because we need, there's a lot of value from the guy who cleans the herbs and crushes the ingredients. Super valuable. I actually gotta put that down somewhere. When I was a kid, I really liked Banshees as a monster and like the Crawling Hand. Not really as a Slayer task, because I barely did Slayer. I was too young to like understand how to figure out Slayer. But these mobs were like, all the Slayer mobs were like very unique because they were like a new type of monster. Given I was mostly a free-to-play player, you know, I would see a lot of the same free-to-play mobs in Member World, right? Like, you can encounter all sorts of mobs that are in free-to-play worlds, in Member Worlds as well, but these mobs are like unique to Member Worlds, right? So I really just, I don't know why, I just really liked these guys for some reason. And I could swear there was, I think, some promo art, like enticing free-to-play players to become members, and they would use the mobs, those mobs, Crawling Hands and Banshees, as part of the promo art. So I'd go like, oh my god, man, those monsters look so cool. Hellhounds, we'll take it. It's not bad. But I want to kill Hellhounds in Catacombs of Kurin, though. Because you'll get some Ancient Shards. We'll need Ancient Shards for sure down the line. I think what I'll have to do is Client of Kurin. I will put that on my list. So there's this guy named Veos. He's from Kurin. He's like, I don't really know this area all that well, but I have this treasure map. Would you like to help me out? I'm like, okay. The interesting thing is, apparently the treasure, or the treasure chest, is buried in Lumbridge, right? Or Draenor specifically, but it is useful for Kurin, so there's some sort of relationship, I guess, between the two towns. Alright, let's do Client of Kurin. Alright, so Veos has a client that is interested in learning about the 5 kind of regions of Kurin, which are like Arceus, or not Arceus, but like those wizard people, then you got the Shazians, and you got like the regular townsfolk, Port Piscurlius, then you have the dwarves and stuff. So like there's Veos is a client that would like to learn more about them, and he's like, can you help me out? You don't seem to be familiar with this area, so it would be good for you to learn about them too. So we're like, okay, yeah, sure, sounds good. So there's this enchanted scroll that's Veos has given us, and the cool thing about this scroll is that like when you use a feather on it, your quill, it becomes a quill that can write on the enchanted scroll without ink, apparently. So don't know what use that will have, but figure it out, I guess. Okay, so we spoke to this first person about Port Priscurlius, and she's given us a little bit of information. We've written that down in our scroll. Okay, So we're like, yo, what's so special about Arceus? And he's like, we have a great library that houses a lot of knowledge, and we also have the blood and soul altars that are very powerful. And yeah, so we're like, okay, cool. And I was hoping we could buy some loss from this person, but whatever. Alright, so we asked this dwarf about this city, Lovakij, I don't know how to pronounce that. And he's like, well, we got the blast mine and a couple other things. So I'm like, oh, cool. I really like the song. The song is really cool. This music. Alright, so we asked her about Shazian, and she was like, you can help like tackle organized crime and help our soldiers with lizardmen. So yeah, the guy in Hesidius, I'm like, what's there to do in Hesidius? He's like, Tithe Farm is great, and then we're known for our kitchen as well. So we basically talked to all the people in the different regions about their region and what's unique about them. And now we've jotted that down in our scroll. Something to note for the Arceus visit, while we were writing down the notes from there, our character goes like arg, and it gets damaged. I don't think I took damage, but it noticed, like, the character is noticeably pain, so that was because the Dark Altar, when we wrote down the Dark Altar in that enchant scroll, it kind of resonated with that somehow, so. Alright, so Veos has given us an orb to activate at the Dark Altar, and I'm sure it's going to give him some data about the Dark Altar, but our character is kind of not all that bright, so he just follows orders. Okay, so it looks like Veos is kind of possessed by somebody. Cool. Oh, now we got the book. Awesome. Been really wanting that book. Okay. Cool. So now we will go and use this guy, but first I need to gear up. And actually, let me reorganize myself. What are we doing? We were getting Slayer up. Yeah. Okay, you know what? Yeah, let's try doing this in the wilderness, just for like, I'm kind of interested. Seeing the process and all that. Yeah, I'm okay losing this. I'm totally okay losing these. Totally okay losing these. And if I protect item, so that's fine. Yeah, we'll do it in the wilderness. It'll be fun. It'll be interesting. I kind of wasted my time doing Climb Up Current, but we need to do that anyway, so let's try it in the wilderness, yeah. Actually, as I do these, I'm wondering if it's actually better to do them in the Catacombs of Karen because of the ancient shards. I do value that. Yeah, this might not be the play. I think I gotta go back to Catacombs of Karen. And yeah, I'm just gonna, most likely, if anything interesting happens, I'm just gonna start recording up again, but I'm just gonna be chilling out here, and yeah, not gonna be all that interesting. Alright, catch you guys later. Oh, welcome back. We're just about to wrap up with our Hellhound task. Unfortunately, I only got one Ancient Shard. I did get a Dark Totem piece, but I was super disappointed at how little Ancient Shards I got. Another thing, this was very AFK, so I got a chance to edit some footage, and I realized that the footage has gotten very long, particularly because I like to read out the quests sometimes. So when I do that, it just really adds to the length. We're gonna get out of here first. I'm gonna wrap up here. Quick recap. So what we did was mostly logistics. We are pushing, our goal right now is this. We are trying to go for the Wilderness Medium Diary because we want to make money, given we lose money every day due to our kingdom. This is our goal. We've been making progress towards that goal. We are pushing for 50 Slayer. We're almost there. In addition to pushing 50 Slayer, some of the side things we did was we got some crafting levels, fletching levels, smithing levels, construction levels to push over 42. 42. We want rune crafting the lowest, right? So we did that during this episode. We did some quests. We did Cold War. We did Shadow of the Storm, the Golem, a bunch of different quests in order to really go for this. Like, they were all working towards this guy. At the end, something that I didn't really highlight that much, but I did do in the background a bunch in this episode was strength training. So I think at the start of this episode I was at 78 strength. Now we're at 91. Massive. And it's made like our just general PVM encounters way smoother. We just wreck them, shred them, right? So really pleased with the progress made so far overall. We're actually very close to base 40s, or base 50s actually. But that's not something I'm going to push for. It'll come if it does. Yeah, so next up, we're going to keep on pushing for Wilderness Medium Diary. We'll do a little bit of zombie pirates. We need, and another thing I've realized is I want to prioritize this, by the way. 92 magic, that is a huge priority, and frankly, I think I'm going to pivot from getting 90, once I get 92 strength, I think I'll pivot, and we will make a plan to start doing AFK magic training. AFK magic training is going to cost a lot of money. I think it's going to this is probably going to cost 10 mil. So yeah, this is going to cost 10 mil. How do we get 10 mil? We'll get 10 mil this way. Zombie pirates. We need to kill zombie pirates anyway because we need the teleport anchoring spell scroll thing. So we're going to make a lot of money soon, and then the road to Song of the Elves is beginning to open up. Oh yeah, another thing I like to do, check on the time played, 14 days, 18 hours. So that's the time played. I think at the beginning of the episode it was 10 days, 10 hours, something like that. Yeah, made a lot of progress. It's going amazingly, this progression path, loving it. Maybe biased, but yeah. Alright, I'll catch you guys next episode. We'll do some of this. Take care. Bye-bye.